to see the slides here. So again, my name is Saurabh, as Tin already introduced me. I'm the manager for international recruitment and student services here at Norquest College. So Norquest College is located in the city of Edmonton, and the picture that you're seeing here in the background is the downtown Edmonton, where we are located. Our main campus is located in downtown Edmonton. We do have a regional campus, which is located in another city called Wetaskiwin, which is roughly 80 to 90 kilometers from the downtown. So that's where geographically we are located. Okay. If you don't know much about Edmonton, I'm just going to give you a little bit more idea why Edmonton is a very attractive place to study for international students. So there's some big benefits to study in Edmonton. And I'm comparing Edmonton with other major cities in Canada like Toronto and Vancouver. So you may be already knowing it, that there are 6 big cities in Canada. So there are only 6 cities in Canada which have more than 1 million population. So the largest city is Toronto, followed by Montreal, then Vancouver, then Calgary, then Edmonton, then Ottawa. So Edmonton is among those 6 big cities. To be exact, the population of Greater Edmonton area is 1.2 million. So from a Canadian standard, but the cost of living is the lowest. So that's something that is attractive of Edmonton is, in spite of being a big city, the cost of living is very less. So that's why the tagline that you're seeing here is that, you live in a big city, but the expense of a small city. So that's one thing that stands out. Here, there's just a very rough estimate that a monthly cost of living, again, varies from individual to individual. It's between $700 to $1,500 a month. This is, again, an individual expense, which is, of course, substantially less if you compare with other major cities like Toronto or Vancouver, which are deemed to be a little bit more expensive. Now, the other attractive thing about Alberta is the taxes. So the taxes in Alberta are very less. It's only 5%, whereas the taxes in Ontario and British Columbia is little more, or probably I would say not little more, but double pretty much, like 5% in Alberta and like 30 to 12% in other provinces. So what that helps is that anything that a student is buying in Alberta is going to cost them less. So again, that also helps students from affordability point of view. It's more affordable to live in Alberta as compared to other provinces. Also, the other attractive thing about Edmonton and Alberta is the immigration option. So in Canada, every province have their own immigration policy. So in Alberta, we have Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program, which is definitely attractive and a little bit easier as compared to other 2 major provinces mentioned here. So that adds to the attractiveness of the Alberta as a destination. Employment-wise, Alberta is the 3rd largest economy in Canada, and it's a very diverse economy. There are a lot of jobs in oil and gas, healthcare, educational services, social work, agriculture, retail, and wholesale trade. So it's a very rich, diverse economy. So students with a lot of different background can find jobs once they graduate from Alberta institutions. And then the wages. So minimum wage are very high in Alberta. It's around $15 an hour. So because of that, students are able to make more money in Alberta. So if I have to summarize Edmonton as a destination, so Edmonton is a place where you can make more money because minimum wage are very high. Also, the expense is less because cost of living is less, taxes are less. There are a lot of job opportunities because it's a very diverse economy. And also there are a lot of immigration options if you have a plan to settle in Alberta after you graduate. Okay, so that's the value proposition that Alberta or Edmonton offers to the prospect. A little bit about the Edmonton city. So Edmonton is a growing city. It's growing by 4% every year. That's its economic growth rate. Population-wise, it's also the 2nd fastest growing city in Canada. And the reason why Edmonton is growing because it's a very affordable city, as I mentioned before, and there are ample jobs. So a lot of people are moving in here because owning a house in big cities like Toronto, Vancouver, out of cities. Okay. Also, there's high chance of finding jobs, and also those fields are promising in the future as well. So there's healthcare, which is very promising in terms of employment. We have a very big employer here in Alberta called Alberta Health Services. Also, there are a lot of jobs in retail and wholesale trade which is also deemed as essential services. Then Alberta is also home to oil and gas. So because of that, there are jobs in green energy solutions. So there are a lot of jobs in environmental science. There is one of the sector which is growing a lot right now in Edmonton, which is digital technologies. So artificial intelligence, machine learning, and computer programming, those kind of things are growing a lot in terms of jobs here in Edmonton and overall in Alberta. Also, there's a promising future for a lot of counselors and also therapists. In terms of the business, yes, Alberta and Edmonton is encouraging a lot of small businesses to set up their business. So there are more promising future for entrepreneurs who want to start their business here. Or if you're looking for a job, then finance and accounting are also other promising sectors within business. Okay. Also, in terms of future from the employment point of view, so again, City of Edmonton is projecting that by the year 2023, they is expected to have more than 60,000 workers required in all occupations within the city. So looks like there's going to be a lot of job potential within the city. So the future of Edmonton is very promising, based on all the things that I mentioned here. A little bit more about the labor market breakdown or labor force breakdown within the Edmonton city. So some of the sectors which are marked as green are the sectors which are growing. Sectors which is marked as red are the ones who are a little bit shrinking. So health, of course, nothing surprising. In pandemic, of course, health is going to grow. Retail and wholesale trade is another sector which is growing. It's also evolved. There's a lot of e-business also in it. Then professional and technical services are in demand. Education is in demand. Public administration, because we are capital city, so Edmonton is a capital of the province of Alberta, so they're bound to have public administration jobs. And also because we are in Alberta, there's going to have jobs in mining, oil and gas. And then, as I mentioned before, ICT, the information and computer technology, is a growing sector in Alberta. And Alberta are trying to digitize its economy to bring in a lot of IT companies within the province. Okay. And the reason I'm showing you all these sectors, because what you will see that the programs that we offer at Norquest College are direct match to the economy. So the programs we offer, we are a little bit more intentional about it. So we only offer those programs where students can find jobs local. That research Norquest College has already done. We are only offering a relevant program to the local economy. And that's what community colleges do. And that's a benefit of studying in a community college, that we offer programs which match the local market needs. And also you can see here on the right-hand side, some average salary in different sectors. So that's, again, just for your reference, in case you're interested, what is the average salary in different sectors. Okay, moving forward, again, this is, of course, our campus picture. So this is our campus picture in downtown Edmonton. And that's our main campus. And where mostly our 99% of our international students are studying here. As I mentioned before, we have another campus in another city called Wetaskiwin, which is roughly 80 to 90 kilometers from Edmonton downtown. Edmonton is a very spread out city. Even if it's 80 kilometers away, it's just very close to the outskirts of the city. So again, the Wetaskiwin city is a small city, that's a separate campus. We do have few programs there, and sometimes international students also study in that campus as well. Okay. Now, a little bit about Norquest College. So we are a publicly funded community college. We are the only community college in the city of Edmonton. There are 2 universities, 1 polytechnic, and then we are the community college. So like most of the community colleges in Canada, we have a history of around over 50 years. We used to be called Alberta Vocational College. But again, recently in 1999, we changed our name to Norquest College, and since then we are being called Norquest College. We are a mid-sized college, so we are not a very small college. We are not a very, very huge college. We have roughly around 21,000 students who study with us. Something very unique about us is our diversity. So 57 to 60%, I'll give that range, of our students are born outside of Canada. These are not, again, international students. These are domestic students who are new immigrants or new Canadians who are living in Edmonton. So they make majority of our student population because there's a huge immigrant population within the Edmonton city, which makes roughly 30 to 35% of city's population. So that immigrant population is very diverse, and that's why that's reflected also in our student body. As you can see here, we have students from more than 100 countries. We have more than 70 languages spoken on campus. So it's a very, very diverse campus. And within Edmonton, the largest immigrant group are Filipinos. So if you're in Edmonton, you'll see a lot of Filipinos all around you. Even we have a Jollibee within Edmonton. So that's just a testimony that yes, there are a lot of Filipinos within the city. So I think the good benefit of being a diverse student population is that other than Canadian students, you will also interact with students from various countries, which gives you a more global perspective and also give you the experience interacting with people from different countries, because Canada is a multicultural country. When you are working in different companies, you will be exposed to working with people from different countries. Okay. Okay, we'll go to the next. So this is a little bit about Norquest. So what is unique about Norquest College? Because a lot of community colleges are very similar, but of course there's uniqueness in every college as well. So I think the uniqueness of every college is dependent on what is their focus. So our core focus is relevant skills. So as I mentioned before, the programs we offer are matched with the local economy. So we only offer relevant skills. So we are not one of those colleges. Sometimes you'll see colleges who are from Ontario who are saying we offer more than 100 programs. No, we don't offer more than 100 programs. It's not about quantity. It's about quality. So whatever programs we offer a little over 20 programs, but each and every program we offer, there is a reason why we are offering it, because it is matching the local economy's needs. So that is very, very important for Norquest. So you should be rest assured that when you're coming to Norquest, you are studying a program which is relevant to the local economy. Okay. Then career readiness. That's another big focus at the college. So we have heavily invested into that. We even have a dedicated department called Work Integrated Learning and Career Education Center, who does one-on-one career advising, because one template of career advising doesn't work. So my personality is different than your personality. You need a little bit different career readiness and different career counseling than what I need. So that's why we do a lot of one-on-one career advising, career readiness plan, so that the individual who is in itself an individual and has a distinct quality and personality. So we are definitely helping them, to able to find job once they graduate. So we work with them on their resume, on their interview skills, on their cover letters, and how to self-brand yourself when you're going to interview, how to approach it. So all those kind of things. And of course, we also have the career fairs that we organize within the college, where we bring companies and students have the opportunity to connect with the employers. We also have our own job portal where employers post jobs. So there's a lot of support available within the college, and even those supports are available even 6 months after you graduate. So once you graduate from the college, even after that 6 months, you can utilize all those services for free. And also there are a lot of skills of distinction. So in Canada, volunteering and many other things are very much appreciated by the employers when you're looking for employment. So we give you a lot of opportunities to build networking, also to do volunteering. So all those things really do pay when you're looking for employment later on. So that's also another focus at the college. And then student experience. So we heavily focus on student experience. We have various engagement activities right now in this virtual world and online learning world. We have virtual engagement right now. And then, of course, once we get back to campus, then we're hoping that We may have more interactions, those kind of things as well. So student experience is a huge focus, and I'm going to expand that on later on. And also we are very relevant to the Edmonton's economy. We contribute into Edmonton's economy around $470 million. So we are very, very relevant in Edmonton. So employers within the local market, local city, really pay attention to Norquest College because we are a big contributor to the economy. Also, each and every program that we offer have work integrated learning, which means that we have a very heavy focus on applied learning. So the programs that you are studying, you will get education, but on top of that, you will also get some skills. You will learn some skills and you will be able to apply those skills. You will make connection with the employer because we will have a practicum placement in each and every program. So now our health programs, our community study programs, they have unpaid practicum, but the quality of practicum is really great because students are working with one of the leading employers in the sector and they get hands-on training. In some of our programs, we do have paid internships as well. So of course, students will get some experience, they will earn some money as well, and they also have connection with the employers. So because our focus is that we offer relevant programs to the local economy and we have applied learning practicums in our programs. So because of that, our employment rate is pretty high. It's around 95%, which is a very high employment rate. Of course, it's been a little bit fluctuating due to COVID time, but still it's a very, I would say, good employment rate that we have been maintaining for certain years. And also we have a lot of support services. We have the student navigators who are basically the academic advisors. We have tutorial and academic coaching services. We have international student services where we provide immigration advising and all that. And then I mentioned already, we have Career Center who provides one-on-one career advising. So we have all those kind of services. Okay, so that's a little bit about the uniqueness at Norquest College, that what benefits and advantages you will get if you choose Norquest College as your institution of study. Now, coming to work integrated learning, which again in simple language is practical. So as I mentioned before, we have different kind of practicums. So in our health programs, we have clinical placement. We have a clinical placement team who's going to go and find practicums for you. And it's mandatory. It's in all the program. You cannot graduate until you do your clinical placement. Some of our community service program, we have field placements, we have community service learning. So again, by doing all those services and everything in those programs, students are learning, they're acquiring skills, they're making connection with the employers. Again, we have a team who is going to go and find that placements. And as I mentioned, in some of our programs, we do have paid internship. So those again are something that again, college is going to help you find it. So we again have a dedicated team who's going to look for that connection. So again, those practicums are very, very important because employers notice practicum. And when you're coming to Canada and you're looking for a job, the one thing that you will hear a lot from every employer, do you have Canadian experience? And a lot of time you'll say no. And that will be your biggest barrier when you're looking for employment. So when you have a practicum within your program, that barrier to some extent is going to be really, really helpful for you. Now, coming to support services. So we do have a lot of support services. We have academic support. We at our college, we do student orientation. We have online orientations right now. We're doing webinars before you're arriving. We even have a live course online that all students have to. So we do have a tutorial and the academic coaches, academic strategists, and all those. So they are writing specialists. So that are again available in our Learner Center. So Learner Center again is the name of our library. You can go in there and they will give you all those information so that you're successful and you get the academic support that you need. So all the help is available within the institution. Also, if you, as you're an international student, you have concern about your study permits and all that. So we are providing free immigration advising once you arrive in Canada. and we do different sessions on immigration pathways, study permit extensions, co-op work permit, how to apply for your work permit once you graduate. So all those kind of sessions are available, and those again are free. So you'll get advantage of that. So when you are a new student coming to Norquest College, we have an international peer mentorship program, which means that if you're coming and you want to connect with a senior student, you can connect with a senior student. So we can connect you with a senior student where from whom you will learn, because sometimes students learn from other students better. Okay, what are the challenges? How did you overcome when you came as a student? What did you do? So you will have that connection with another student who's already in their second or third semester, so they've gone through the same journey. So you can connect with that. We have student association who does a lot of activities. So they do different games and all that, all the fun activities. And then they also have, politics, student politics. You can join their office, you can become, and they have jobs also within their office. So you can join them, you can acquire some leadership skills, attain some experience. So that's again going to be helpful for you. And we also have student clubs which you can join and also enjoy, because it's not just about education. You have to enjoy your time at the institution as well. And career readiness, as I've already mentioned, we have volunteer opportunities, even in student association and other places, which is very valued by employers. So we give you that. We have job portal, which is called WillWorks, which is our own college job portal where you can go and find jobs and apply for jobs. So that is again maintained by a career education center. And again, we do all those career fairs, self-branding, and also do all one-on-one career advising. So you have a better chance of looking for a job once you graduate. Okay, a little bit about the program. So again, I'll start faculty by faculty. So first is health studies. So health studies, we have three kind of credentials. One is 2-year diploma. The other one is 1-year certificate. And the third one is post-diploma certificate. So 2-year diploma programs are mostly, for students who are coming after high school. Also, we have pretty much more than 50% of the students who are applying for these programs are also students who have done a bachelor's degree, and they can apply for these programs. Also, we have the post-diploma programs that only those students can apply who have done diploma or degree. Only high school students cannot apply. And same, the healthcare aid certificate, which is an entry-level certificate, both high school students or a bachelor's or diploma graduates can apply. Now, one more thing just to point out, as you can see, the programs are already waitlisted for fall intake. So fall or September 2021 is already waitlisted. And I don't think there's enough time also to apply for visa right now. So we're encouraging students to apply either for winter 2022 or from May 2022. So we offer all our programs in September, but in winter and May, we offer a few programs, practical nursing diploma in winter. We're offering healthcare program in winter. We are also offering in spring intake, which is May 2022 only. So we open our application and for certificate, it's a 1-year fee. So it's all inclusive. So our most expensive program is nursing, which is roughly around 22,000 per year. But other programs are mostly in the range of 15 to 18,000 per year. You can say that's a rough idea on that. Now, each and every program in health has clinical placements. It's a mandatory and it's unpaid, but students get to work with the best employer in the sector. One more thing about Philippine students, which is good, that we don't need IELTS for you to get admission into our programs. So if a Philippine student studied 12, you must have studied 2 years after that, and which comes to 12 years. And if you can give us a letter that your medium of instruction is English, based on that, you can definitely get admission without an IELTS. Okay. The only exception to that rule is pharmacy technician. So pharmacy technician is the only program where students need to give IELTS. You need 6.5 with no less than 6. So pharmacy technician is run by Pharmacy Council. So even if a student come from United States of America and apply to pharmacy technician, they also have to write the IELTS exam because that's the nature of that program. But all other program, nursing, interdisciplinary therapy system, theopathic rec, healthcare aid, all those programs, students can get admission without an IELTS. We are also coming with a new practical nursing program very soon for winter 2022. So that program is going to be called Practical Nursing for Internationally Educated Nurses. So that program is for those students who has done Bachelor of Nursing, and the admissions will be based on Bachelor of Nursing. So if anyone has done Bachelor of Nursing from Philippines, that's the only requirement. And then of course you must have that letter that your medium instruction was English. Based on that, you can get admission into practical nursing for internationally educated nurses. So that applications most likely will open in the starting of August, and that program is going to be offered in winter 2022. Okay, so I'll move forward. Again, we have community studies, faculty. So here we have, again, same three kind of credentials. We have 1 year certificate, early learning community support worker, educational assistant. Some of these programs do ladder into diploma. So if somebody does 1 year early learning childcare, they can go directly to the second year early learning and childcare diploma. Somebody does community support worker certificate 1 year, they can go directly into the settlement studies second year diploma. And again, of course, some programs don't do ladder. So education assistant, for example, does not ladder to another program. So it's a program in itself. So again, all these three entry level certificate programs are, of course, in demand because again, they are relevant to the local economy. Also, we have two post diplomas for people who have graduated from health. So if you are a nursing graduate, pharmacy graduate, dentist, or even a graduate from psychology, sociology, you're looking for a post diploma, yes, mental health recovery, addiction recovery is the one that you can apply. Again, as you can see, the programs in fall are already waitlisted. So we are not encouraging you to apply for fall intake. So now you can apply for winter. So we have our mental health recovery open for winter. We have early learning and childcare also, but early learning and childcare program is already waitlisted for winter even because again, it's a very popular program. And also we have community support worker. We just recently also opened our child and youth care program. So that program is available in fall, but we just, I forgot to mention here a tick, but again, we just opened our child and youth care program for winter 2022. So you can apply for child and youth care program. So the graduates who graduate from child and youth care diploma can work as early learning and childcare professionals. So they can work in a daycare after graduating from child and youth care diploma also. And on top of that, they can also work in our school system as child and youth care counselors. So that's again a very, very high demand program as well. So we are offering that in winter 2022. So you're welcome to apply. And we have a lot of seats right now for child and youth care diploma program. Okay. And all the programs that you're seeing here on this slide, each and every program has a practicum. So students not only, again, get education, but they get the practicum. Some programs have community service learning, some have field placement, but again, they're all unpaid practicum, but they're again working with the great employers. And there is that experience component that they're acquiring from that. And of course, the tuition fee that you see on the right-hand side is all the full duration of the program. For certificate, it's 1 year. For diploma, it's 2 year. And all the programs in this faculty, of course, students who have 12-year education in Philippines, they can get admission without an IELTS. We have programs here, disability studies, social work diploma, justice programs, settlement studies. So again, these programs, most of them are available in fall intake, but we do have settlement studies, which is available in winter. So if you're interested in settlement studies, so settlement study is kind of a social worker who's working mainly with new immigrants and helping them to settle in Canada. And they work with settlement agencies mainly. So that's another program if you're interested in that kind of work. And you can definitely apply for the winter 2022 intake. And all the programs here also has practicum, including settlement studies. So again, you will get some practical experience in the field of study working in a settlement agency. Okay, and again, the cost here is also the 2-year diploma program. And again, all the practicums here also has unpaid practicum, and also in all the programs, students can get admission, the Filipino students, without an IELTS. Okay, moving forward. So this is another faculty we have, business, environmental science and technology. So in business, we do have business administration diploma, which is a very, very popular program with us. It usually gets filled by international students very soon. We have 4 specialization right now. We have accounting, finance, management, human resource management, and we even have general studies if you don't want to specialize in anything. So business program also has 4 months paid internship option, but it's not guaranteed that $10,000 in your 4 months internship. Then there are 2 programs, accounting technician, administrative professional. Those are certificates. Those programs also have an optional 1 month of practical in those programs. So again, the name sound accounting, of course, it's based on accounting, bookkeeping. Administrative professional is more on the front line customer service rep kind of role that you'll be getting after you graduate from that program. Now, all the 3 business programs are available in winter. So accounting technician, administrative professional, business. And for spring, we also have accounting technician and business. So you can apply for both those intakes if you're interested in the business program. In environmental science, we have 2 programs, environmental protection technology, energy management. So these are the 2 programs, which are also very relevant to our local economy because we are the energy province, the oil and gas province, and also the green solutions province. So energy management students who graduate from that, they go and work as energy project managers, energy consultants, energy auditors in oil and gas companies, or they work in electrical utility companies. So a lot of students who are applying to our energy management program are students who are engineers, who have science degrees, so they're also applying for that program. And of course, high school students can apply as well. Environmental protection technology is also mostly students who are applying are the ones who have science degrees, who are applying general science degree, biotechnology, agriculture, because this is a hands-on program, you'll be doing a lot of field work. And both these programs, energy management, environmental protection, has also 4 months paid internship option like business, but again, it's competitive, it's not guaranteed. But these programs are only offered in September. Then we have machine learning program. This is a new program and a very, very, I would say, relevant field right now. So we have a lot of jobs in coming in Edmonton and in Alberta in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, computer programming. So if you're interested in those fields, then yes, this is the program. Right now, we are accepting application for winter 2022 intake. So you can apply for this program, machine learning analyst. And in this program, we also have project in which you will be preparing your portfolio. You will be working with companies. You'll be solving their problems. And by that, you will be building your own portfolio. So that's going to be another, I would say, important piece for you when you're looking for your jobs, once you graduate from this program. We do have 2, the professional certificates. So these are little different programs. So all the programs I've been mentioning till now are credit programs. So the difference between credit and non-credit is that credit program, you do diploma, you could move into a bachelor's degree to complete further. So for example, if you do machine learning, you could go into a bachelor's and complete a bachelor's in relevant field. In professional certificate, yeah, there is no transferring into a further diploma or a degree, but a professional certificate provides you a very professional training. So both these programs, supply chain and business analysis, first of all, has a 3 months paid internship guaranteed. So when you're doing this program, you will guaranteed get 3 months paid internship. So you will be earning $6,000 in that. So the again tuition fee that you're seeing here is $17,500 plus GST. So which roughly comes to around $18,000. You can say a little bit over that. That's a tuition fee. And you will be earning $6,000. So you will get 3 months of experience in the field of study. In business analysis, once you graduate, you'll be able to give an exam and you can become a business analyst in supply chain management. Once you graduate, you have to do some courses with the Supply Chain Canada and then have some experience in this field. And then you can write an exam called Supply Chain Management Professional Designation. So again, these are very relevant programs, and these programs are in very high demand within our local economy. So right now we are accepting application for fall. We may open this application in winter. We are going to decide that in July. So again, stay connected with our host here because they are our partner, and we always send them updates when new applications open up. So they will be definitely knowing it if you're interested in that program, if did that open in winter or not. So by next month, we'll decide on that. Then we have Teaching English. This is a program for someone who wants to become an English teacher. So students who have done Bachelor of Education, Master of Education, those kind of background, Bachelor of Arts, Master of Arts. So they can do this program. This program has 50 hours of teaching experience. Students graduate, they can apply for TESOL license by which they can become ESL teacher in a school, college, or university. And we also have Norquest Bridging Program. So that is mainly for students who don't meet our admission requirement. So for example, if a student comes from an old high school, 10-year high school, and they didn't study anything after that. So in those students, of course, they will not get an IELTS waiver because they didn't study 12 years in Philippines, they only studied 10 years. So they have to write an IELTS. But the courses of high school, like grade 11, grade 12, they can do through Norquest Bridging Program. Okay, so that's a pathway. And also sometimes if you have less marks in certain courses, so for example, you apply for nursing, you have very less marks in biology, but you are looking for admission. So through Norquest Bridging Program, you can get admission, and then you can definitely still, do the missing course first and then get into the program. So we're giving that accessibility into the programs. Okay, I'm going to skip all this. So I think one more thing I just want to mention is, again, Norquest College is very accessible in admissions. So for example, as I gave you the example before, so if a student does not meet our admission requirements, you have less marks in biology, maths, we give you the option to write an online exam, which is called academic assessment exam. It's a free exam you can write online. If you pass that exam, you are in the program. And the result of that exam is valid for 5 years. If you fail that exam, you can attempt it again. You can write the second time also. And if you don't pass it, in that case, as I mentioned before, you can take Norquest Bridging Program, and then you can do that course who you didn't pass online in Canada through the Norquest Bridging Program first, and then enter into your program. Okay, so this is how the Norquest Bridging Program works. You complete your foundation course first and both, so that way the students is able to utilize the duration of the program to get their study permit. Okay, I'm going to skip that because again, this is not relevant to many students because from Philippines, as I mentioned before, the IELTS is waived if you have studied 12 years. But if you have not studied 12 years in Philippines, I mean, you have done an old 10-year high school and then you didn't study after that, then yes, you will have to give an IELTS or TOEFL. But majority of the students who are applying to us, pretty much 99% of Philippines have studied 12 years. Or they have done old curriculum and did some diploma, did some bachelor's degree, so they're meeting that criteria. So most of them don't require IELTS. Okay. Little bit about application. Again, I'll not go too much into it because our host, they know application process very much in detail. So you can connect with them, CAS team, and they can definitely give you more information with Tin, who is hosting me here today. So she can guide you about the application process. The only 2-3 things I'll mention here. So our applications are submitted to our partners like CIS, and they will go on the website and they will be on the Apply Alberta website and help you to assist to submit application. Once the application is submitted, there is an application fee of $150 that the students have to pay. Once the application is submitted, they will send your documents to us, and the offer letter is taking roughly 3 to 4 weeks to get processed. So it was taking a little longer previously, 5 to 6 weeks, but now our processing time is down 3 to 4 weeks. But we're trying to letter faster. So once a student gets an offer letter, they have to in that case, pay $1,000 tuition deposit. So once they pay the tuition deposit of $1,000, their seat is confirmed. So we don't ask anything more than $1,000 because the rest of the money you can pay when you enter Canada, you've got your visa. But again, if your visa purposes, you need to pay more money, of course. You can pay because sometimes students pay, they want to apply for SCA stream or different stream. We also need official documents to be mailed to us, but we only ask after the student gets an offer letter, and we give 2 months to student to send us those documents. If you're not able to send that because of pandemic, those documents before you start your program. Okay, so that's just to give you a little bit overview about the application process. And I already mentioned about the requirement that for Filipino students who have studied 12 years, we don't require IELTS. Okay, I'm going to skip this because again, IELTS requirement is not relevant, except in 6, but all of the programs, these students don't need to provide IELTS if they have 12-year education in Philippines. We do have scholarship. Again, our scholarship change. So this information may change a little bit, but right now this is what it is. Because in this entrance scholarship, we offer $1,000 scholarship to individuals who are in these programs. So they're not for all program, only for the program that I mentioned here. And these students who are in these programs, they may get a scholarship of 1,000 if they have a certain percentage, and they write a submission letter. So based on that, we select some individual. So we're giving away around $30,000 to $35,000 in scholarship. So there are a lot of students who will get scholarship. Now there is just not one student who will get that. We also have these bursaries, ongoing students. So again, student can apply for these every semester. And this is based on their academic excellence, integrity award, community development. There are some emergency bursaries or bursaries. So those are a little different. Those are need basis. So if you're having some need requirement that I'm in a dire financial situation, I need help. Yes, we do also help our students through our bursaries. And if you're an excellent student, you're performing really great, you have 3.0 GPA, 3.7 GPA, excellent student, you can also apply for some academic scholarship. You may get 2,000, 1,000, depending on which one you qualify. Okay, so there are scholarship available. Again, we're giving away around $60,000 to $70,000 in scholarship in this category and awards and bursaries. Okay, a little bit about the COVID situation. So COVID situation is a little bit better right now in Alberta. As you can see, all these peaks looks like mountains, but they are COVID peaks. So we had a COVID peak, which was our second wave in December. Then we have a third wave in April, and now we are here. So looks like we are hitting the rock bottom right now. Also, Alberta is having a very aggressive immunization program. So this is how the reopening of Alberta looks like. So we are hoping again, this is an estimate that by early July or mid-July, 70% of Albertans will get their first dose. And by then the economy will open up and there will be no restrictions on indoor social gatherings and all that. And by September or October, most of the people will get 2 doses. So I'm scheduled to get my second dose next week. So a lot of people like me are getting their second doses and then they're getting fully vaccinated, which hopefully will help in the spread of COVID. And also through our Alberta immunization program, any international students coming to Alberta are also eligible to get free vaccination in Alberta. So Alberta is also including international students in their plan of vaccination. And right now, as you know, traveling to Canada is a little tricky because you have to do 14-day quarantine, but the borders of Canada are open for Filipinos. So if you are getting a visa, you can fly in 3 to 4 weeks prior to the start of the intake. And then you quarantine at your port of entry for 3 days. And then you can move to Edmonton after that. But again, we will guide you how to plan that, what things to bring in with you, all those kind of things. All you have to do is to email us at travel.safe@norquest.ca, and then we will be supporting you in your travel to Canada. So As I mentioned before, that there are a lot of opportunities for the students to get involved at Norquest College. It's not just about education. So there's student politics. Student can become part of student council, student leadership. There are various clubs. I already mentioned we have mentorship program, networking opportunities, and virtual engagements. So there are various ways by which you will be getting involved. So you feel have a sense of belonging, that yeah, I'm studying in Norquest, I'm totally involved. Even in this virtual environment, we are able to create it. So once we transition into the on campus, so right now our plan to go back to on campus is still, I would say, hybrid. So maybe we may open our office for 1 or 2 days. The rest will remain virtual. Same thing with classes. And I think most likely January is the intake where we are aiming to get back face to face. Probably 70 to 80%, probably 100% face to face. So it's gradually going into that. So, and the spread of COVID is hopefully is restricted by once everybody gets vaccinated. Okay. So right now, Canada is very immigration plan. So there are a lot of other destinations where students like to go: Australia, New Zealand, US, UK. But the one thing which is very ambitious following year, and the biggest beneficiary of this is international student. So Canada wants to retain its international student, and that was something that was said by immigration minister, that we want international student not to study here, not just to work here, but to stay here in Canada. So it's very welcoming in that sense. So in Alberta, as I mentioned before, it's a little easier to immigrate. So we have Alberta opportunity stream, because usually in Canada, students' journey is they study for 2 years, they get a 3-year work permit, they work for 1 year, and afterwards they put their application for PR, a different program wherever they qualify, and then they get their immigration. But in Alberta, usually within 6 months of work experience after graduation, student can apply for immigration, even with a lower IELTS of 5 band, as long as they have a job. So that program is called Alberta Opportunity Stream. Also, Alberta Express Entry is another stream. Again, you will apply to Express Entry, which is a point-based system in Canada, and student with lower points can even get immigration. So that is very, very helpful for mature applicants who are 35 or older, because their points go down because their age is higher. So for those applicants, lower points express entry streams are very helpful, which are again helpful, and that is available in Alberta. And last, but if you're not able to find a job, but you invest in a company, you become a partner, you invest in it, you run that company, and there are certain criteria. If you meet, you can also qualify for international graduate entrepreneur scheme if you run a successful business. Okay, so those are some of the options for students who are looking to settle in Alberta after they graduate, which again is a big option because a lot of students do settle once they graduate from their programs in Alberta. Okay, I'm going to stop here because this is probably the end of our presentation. Of course, there's contact information here, but I'll encourage you to connect with our host here because they are our trusted partners in Philippines. So they can guide you about Norquest programs and all those kind of things. Yeah, we can definitely take questions. Tim, if there is any questions, yeah, we can go with that.
Okay, thank you, Sarab, for your presentation. So right now, let's move forward to address the concerns. For our first question, okay, does diploma mean it's a 2-year course? Okay. For this one, if the program is a post-diploma certificate, most likely it will range to 8 months to 12 months in duration, while if it's diploma alone, it will range to 2 years. It will be a 2-year program.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There's a question for regarding the PGWP courses
Mhm.
for Norquest. So Norquest is a postgraduate work permit eligible school, and all of their programs is also a PGWP eligible schools. You may also further elaborate this, Rob.
Yeah, so all our program, because we are a public institution, so all our programs which are 8 months or longer are all eligible for postgrad work permit. So if you do a 1 year program, you will qualify to get a 1 year work permit. If you do a 2 year program, you could qualify to get up to 3 years work permit.
Okay, perfect. Also, Sir Rob, there's a question for pharmacy technician. Do
Mhm.
business graduates here from the Philippines can also qualify a direct admission for the pharmacy technician program, or they will need to take the bridging program since there's a requirement about the chemistry program which don't reflect in the transcripts for business programs here in the Philippines?
Yeah, I think there are few options. They can look at giving an online test, academic assessment exam. If they think they'll not be successful because they don't have any foundation of chemistry, then yes, the answer for pharmacy technician is no, because in pharmacy technician, you cannot go through the bridging program. But what a student can do is they can do a chemistry course through academic upgrading. So we have academic upgrading course by which they can do an online chemistry course while they're in Philippines. So once they complete that course, it will take 1 semester or maybe more. And once they complete that course, then they can, um, apply for the pharmacy program. So the bridging program option is not available for two programs: pharmacy technician and the other program is the healthcare aid program.
Okay, I see. Also, regarding the business analysis and the supply chain, since this is a new program and it's a professional certificate, does this also qualify for the it also includes in the WAVE IELTS requirement in Norquest?
An IELTS exam for business analysis of supply chain. Even it's a professional certificate, that program is also eligible for postgraduate.
Okay, perfect. We also have here a question from our Facebook page. There's a
Mhm.
question about how often should the tuition fee would be paid? Is it every start of the term, or can they do a monthly payments?
So we don't have monthly payments. We have payment has to be done before the start of each term. So it's a term by term payment. Again, if a student pay it late, then they will be charged a late fee, which is around, I think, $100 something. And until they clear that term balance, they will not be able to enroll for the next semester.
Okay, perfect. So right now we don't have any questions left in our Q&A box here in our Zoom, and there's no also questions in the Facebook page. But for our attendees, if you have any questions, please free to be to enter your questions in our Q&A box. So Sarab can also address your concerns. We still have ample of time, so
Yeah,
we
we can give them a
yes.
yes.
While we wait for the questions of our attendees, just a quick question to wrap regarding the traveling for the travel of our incoming students this fall 2020 2021. Since Norquest don't recommend students to arrive in Canada no earlier than the
Mhm.
intake. Mhm. Do you
Yeah.
what dates do you suggest for or the best date they come to Canada?
Yeah. So right now, for example, if somebody is coming for September 2021, as per the current rules, because the rules are changing all the time. So right now we are asking them not to travel at least 4 weeks before the start of the term. So coming too early is not a good idea. So we are only recommending them to come at least 3 to 4 weeks prior to the intake, and then they can pick up any date where they have those, flights available and all that. So they can come up to 4 weeks before the start of the term. As of now, again, that rule may change later on, because right now in Canada, only essential travel is allowed. And that's what the definition of the essential travel is, that you're traveling closer to your intake within that 4 weeks window.
Okay, perfect. And since you've also touched in your presentation regarding the vaccination for incoming students, how long can
Mhm.
they, or how long shall they stay in Canada for them to qualify in the vaccination for Canada? Because we receive lots of inquiries about this.
Mhm. Yeah. So right now the plan is, or what I think the eligibility is that a student must be in Canada for 3 months, and then the student can definitely get vaccinated. But we have also seen some students even got vaccinated prior to 3 months. So I think it all depends. But what we usually tell to the student, that wait for at least 1 to 2 months while they are in, because they have to do that 14-day quarantine initially, anyways. So the 50 days is gone there. Then we wait another month. You have 1 a month, 1.5 month in the country. Then you start inquiring with Alberta Health Services. So 1.5 month, and I think in some can you hear me? It's 11 months in advance. Okay, does that answer your question? Okay, so I think you're
Uh,
saying thank you. Yes. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm so
Yes.
sorry for
Stay.
my internet connection. I've got a problem with it. But yeah,
Okay. No worries.
recorded this session, so I'll just gonna get back about the your answer for my question.
Oh,
But
okay.
also, wait, I'll just gonna check. Yeah, we don't have any remaining questions for our from our attendees, and I guess if they do have any questions or concerns, they can always reach out to us, or they can always check our website. That's gatewaytocanada.com, and they can also feel free to send us an email. My apologies, Rob, for my internet connection, but yeah, I thank you for your time, for always accepting our invitation. But do you have any last message for our attendees for today?
Yeah, I would only say again, I always say that is that please apply early in these times. So even if you think winter is really far ahead, it's not far ahead. It's really coming, because right now in this situation, it's taking longer to get visas. Also, you have to come into quarantine. So those 3 months is already gone in the visa and quarantine. So this is the right time to apply for winter and even for May 2022. So apply early. That's the main thing if you want also a program that you really like, because our seats are also getting filled. because nowadays a lot of the international students are applying early because the process is taking longer right now with visa, quarantine, and everything. So I think that's all I'll mention at the end.
Okay, I agree with that because nowadays visa applications or the processing time took longer than expected. So I also suggest for them to decide and to apply as early as possible. And with that, thank you, Sir Rob, for joining us today, this morning, and good evening in Alberta. So for our attendees, thank you also for joining us this morning. And please feel free to visit our website. That's gatewaytocanada.com. And always have a nice day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. Stay safe.
Thanks, Rob.